Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the time limit ESBR, no, SBR. ESBR? SBR. SBR. So we're going to be taking a look at the time limit SBR. Honestly, time limit's one of those categories that's kind of like, how can I say, it exists as a like twofold situation. So one, it has not a lot of team leaders. Technically, it only has one. But at the same time, it technically also has like 500. Because the time limit category, although it is technically time limit, essentially is fused fighters with a couple other units. It is Patara, it is Fusion, it is pretty much Final Trump Card. It's a lot of things like this. There's a ton of units that are going to be under all three of those categories. And so the fact that time limit only technically has one lead in the form of the Tech Goku and Vegeta doesn't mean that it only has one lead. So you got lots of ways to kind of build around it. Some of the best ways are the fused fighters under the SS4s like I'm running here, Final Trump Card under the Gogeta or the Vegito, Patara or Fusion, even Power Beyond Super Saiyan. All very viable strategies for the most part. You can even do a Majin Buu Saga team if you really want to, using units like Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, units like Buhan. You've got, Tech SS3 Goku, INS SS3 Gotenks, Tech SS3 Gotenks. So there's so many like subcategories under the time limit branch that I don't think you'll struggle to make a team. Now my team is a fused fighters / fusion kind of team. Well, it's just fusion realistically, but basically, to cut a long story short, what we have here is we have the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta kind of doing his thing, really solid. Obviously easy aid Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, so that's very good for us. Then on top of that, we have the strength. Well, we have a lot of free-to-play units. So, like, before getting really in, so we have AGL Super Gogeta. Okay, he's our leader. Let's talk about him first. Great EZA. He's not really going to appear in the video anyway, because he's just not going to appear in the video, because we defeat the enemy very quickly most of the time. He's great, fusion lead and everything. Then we have the strength Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, the free LR, who's only running under one lead, but I really just wanted to test the limits of how many free-to-play units I could kind of bring in here. So we have Super Saiyan God SS Vegito doing a great job, really awesome. Then, he's great. His EZA makes him a lot more viable. Not really from an SBR situation. Like, remember, most times you want units that lower attack, stun, etc., have guard because of the various typings. But he still does fine, even on the one lead. He handles himself more than fine. Obviously, we're using items, but it's okay. We're pairing up the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, because he's great with all his debuffing. Remember, he provides a 20% debuff to extreme class enemies, which is great. But he's going to line up alongside the Super Saiyan 4 duo from the 7th anniversary. So definitely going to line up alongside those two. Really awesome. I think they're going to do a great job. They're our big damage pairing. So they're going to do majority of the damage. They have decent linkage. They both do good damage. The SS4s are a friend lead, so they're at 100%. They do a fair chunk of damage as well themselves. On top of that, we have two free-to-play, well, we have a couple free-to-play, but we have two clinical free-to-plays that are going to pair up. So we have the Tech Gotenks Failure B, and we have the Physical Gotenks Failure A. Now Tech Gotenks Failure B and Physical Gotenks Failure A both kind of operate in the same way. They lose attack and defense each turn, but they gain per orb. So they start off pretty strong and then slowly dip down, but for SBR that's not a problem, because you're not supposed to be doing 20 turns in a row against one enemy. What they do that's nice, that's nice is physical Gotenks stuns, which is excellent, and Tech Gotenks debuffs their attack, which is also excellent because both of these abilities are very valuable in the SBR situation. Of course, that is not everything when it comes to this team. Obviously we're using items. You can see there we're using Ghost Usher, we're using a mouse, we're using an Icarus, we have a Princess Snake. I believe we are also using the Gohan and Icarus support memory for a bit of healing as well. Now all of these things are going to help us. Whenever you're taking a free-to-play team, or a team that's heavy on free-to-play units, one thing you'll always notice is the lack of damage. You have a lack of damage, and a lack of damage means you don't tend to kill enemies fast, and when you don't kill enemies fast, they tend to do more damage to you, because even in SBR and ESBR, enemies hit very decently with super attacks. So your big kind of like points of assessment is going to be if you have enough damage, and if you do have enough damage, then obviously mitigating that damage. When you have too little damage, you need to mitigate more damage because there's more chance you're going to take super attacks and take unnecessary damage, which is going to cause you to have issues. The final unit that we didn't mention yet is the Int Unstoppable Combo Gotenks. Another free-to-play Gotenks. This one's pretty solid. Realistically, where he's kind of big is going to be him having like a solid floating role. He has decent defense after he supers, generally speaking. So him being able to, like hover and float and dish out damage whilst also, not letting us down defensively is ultimately for the best. But yeah, I think, personally for me, this event is pretty straightforward. I think Time Limit has so many different variants and options and different team builds and leaders and sub leads and just everything like that. I think ultimately you shouldn't really struggle with this too much. Of course you still can. It's going to be hard for players depending on where you are in the game, but at least the one big thing about Time Limit is there's enough premium units and enough different sub leads that I think players will be able to cope even with a whole bunch of free to plays and even one unit that's not even operating under the lead. But yeah, that's basically it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye.